ladies and gentlemen, we all remember the WHA as being the competitive major league to the NHL in the 1970s. But I think the people who put the WHA together got the inspiration from this association, as for more than 20 years, it was a big minor pro and almost one major pro, the Western Hockey League. Now, this minor professional ice hockey league was based in Western Canada from 52 to 74. The league was managed for most of its history by Al Leader and had roots in the Pacific Coast Hockey League and the Western Canada Senior Hockey League. The championship trophy of the WHL was the Lester Patrick Cup, named after the good builder. The league was founded in 1948 as the Pacific Coast Hockey League. In 51, it absorbed 3 teams from the Western Canada Senior Hockey League. In 52, it adopted the WHL name. In the late 1950s, Ron Butlin and Arthur Ryan-Smith hosted a hot stove league on radio broadcasts of the association. Now, during the 1960s, the WHL moved a number of large West Coast markets, including LA and San Francisco. There was speculation that the WHL could grow into a major league capable of rivaling even the long-entrenched National Hockey League. In the 66 and 68 seasons, the WHL played an interlocking schedule with the AHL. Fears that the WHL or a WHL-AHL merger could become a rival major league was among the factors that finally convinced the NHL to expand for the 68 season. Now, several factors led to the WHL's decision to cease operations after the 74 campaign. The Vancouver Canucks, who had earlier applied for the 67 NHL expansion, were finally accepted in the association as an expansion team for 71. The NHL and the WHA had moved into many of its traditional markets, and the talent pool had become strained by the fast growth of a number of pro teams. When the NHL announced in June 74 that the owners of both the Denver Spurs and the Seattle Totems had been granted conditional NHL franchises, but neither of which came to fruition, the WHL announced the same day that it was folding. A few of the survivor teams were absorbed in the Central Hockey League. The Phoenix Roadrunners actually jumped the WHA for the 75 campaign, while the Spurs jumped for the CHL to the WHA for the 76 season, but folded mid-year. Now again, the Lester Patrick Cup is currently on display at a Hockey Hall of Fame. You should check it out. So as the seasons go on, teams include the Brandon Regals, Calgary Stampeders, California Seals, Denver Invaders, Denver Spurs, Edmonton Flyers, LA Blades, New Westminster Royals, Phoenix Roadrunners, Portland Buckaroos, Salt Lake Golden Eagles, San Diego Gulls, San Francisco Seals, Saskatoon Quakers, Seattle Americans, Seattle Bombers, Seattle Totems, Spokane Comets, Spokane Spokes, Tacoma Rockets, Vancouver Canucks, who were in 18 years, Victoria Cougars, Victoria Maple Leafs, and Winnipeg Warriors. Now, listed champions, Edmonton won in 53 with Saskatoon the runner-up, then Calgary, Edmonton again, Winnipeg, Brandon, Vancouver, Seattle, Vancouver, Portland, Edmonton, San Francisco, Portland, Victoria, Seattle back and back, 67 and 68, Vancouver in 69 and 70, Portland in 71, Denver in 72, and of course, Phoenix in 73 and 74. Ironically, Portland had bad luck up until 1971, losing in the final in 66, 68, 69, and 70, and also lost in 72 and 74. So again, Vancouver winning 4 titles, 2 runner-up, Seattle 3 and 2, Portland 3 and 6, Edmonton 3 and 1, Phoenix 2 and 1, San Francisco 2 and 0, Brandon 1 and 0, Calgary 1 and 3, Denver 1 and 0, Victoria 1 and 1, Winnipeg 1 and 0, Saskatoon, New Westminster, Victoria, Spokane, LA, and Salt Lake runners up for the title. Now, you can find some history of the WHL in the individual team YouTubes and print articles throughout the internet. But what really stands out for me, ladies and gentlemen, I talked to Andy Bathgate about that. He spent some time in the WHL. He told me to my face, he said, I know you like the WHA, Jeffrey, but I think the WHL was very close to being the WHA before the WHA. I tend to agree. All he needed was some marquee veteran NHL players at each team. And I don't know exactly why the NHL always messes up with expansion teams. If Seattle was such a presence for 5 decades, why isn't it just the last couple of years Seattle got another team? Because obviously the Stanley Cup champions of the World War I era. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of the Western Hockey League. If you like what we're doing here with our League Ventures podcast, let us know what a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget, keep your stick in the ice. Bye.